Your stack probably looks clean until you hit the login page. One service for local auth, another has no multi-factor, another has a completely different user system. And now you're managing different logins across Docker or Kubernetes. It works until it really doesn't. This is Authentik, a self-hosted tool that gives you SSO, MFA, passkeys, and central control across everything. I'll show you how to spin it and how to set it up over the next few minutes. Authentik is an open source, self-hosted identity provider. Basically, it becomes a login system for all your apps. Instead of every service handling auth badly on its own or us tinkering things together, Authentik handles it all in one place. I get SSO, multi-factor authentication, user management, and access control. Think Okta, but you actually own it since it's open source. It supports everything you'd expect, but here's the big difference. Instead of fighting XML configs or being stuck in SAS rules, Authentik uses flow, stages, and Python policies. So you build auth logic like a dev. That's the win here, is really less fragmentation, better security, and no lock-in. If you enjoy tools that speed up your workflow, be sure to subscribe. We have videos coming out all the time. More devs are moving away from clunky setups in cloud IDPs, not because Authentik is smaller, because it's more usable. Let me show you what this actually looks like. Now, here I am with a fresh server, and with one command, Docker compose up, Authentik is running. That's really all we need here. Now I can open the admin UI, I can create an app, and I can add in OAuth as the provider or choose anything here. That takes less than 30 seconds. Next, I spin up a dummy app. Nothing really is going on here. I'm just going to set the redirect URL, localhost, drop in the client ID and secret that I got from Authentik, and now log in. That's really it. I can add new users here and use them to log in with. So now I have access as the user instead of the admin. I don't have any custom login page, there's no password system to try and maintain, and there's no patchwork auth across services. This took about 90 seconds, and this app now has more production-grade authentication. That's the moment this all clicks. It looks like it should be complex, but in practice it's rather simple. I can link together this whole authentication system here, choose how I want to do it on Authentik. But now how does this compare? Because there are others. We have Keycloak. Keycloak is great, but it still feels really legacy heavy, it's more enterprise. Authelia is lightweight, but you can outgrow it fast. And then I mentioned Okta earlier, or even Auth0. These are polished, but we're paying, especially as you get more users. Authentik sort of lands in the middle of all this, right? There's full identity management. There's a visual flow builder. It was really flexible, and we don't have to pay all these SaaS costs. Now, there is a paid version of this, okay, which I don't like at all, but the open source for a lot of us, we can do a lot with that. If you're scaling a lot, then you're going to be paying for that stuff. Again, I like open source tools. This is really open source, but we have to pay for a little if you're going to scale this a lot. The UI is modern and intuitive. The flow lets you visually build login logic. So all of this is great. And then having those Python policies gives you those detailed customizations when config isn't enough. It's Docker first, works with Kubernetes, and it's API driven. All of this is really good. Plus, you get a centralized MFA user management and a service portal all in one place. Now, there are downsides. So firstly, yes, it is open source. And for many of us, that's great. But as you grow, as I mentioned, you need to pay, which I guess is like any service. Sure, but you still don't like having to pay once you hit a certain limit. I don't like that, right? There is a learning curve. Honestly, it was kind of confusing to just get this installed. But once it was up and running, it worked really well. It's heavier than ultra lightweight tools as well. It's around 2 gigabytes of RAM. And if you don't run high availability, it becomes a single point of failure. So it's not perfect, but for most devs, we land on the same conclusion. Right? It's hard to learn at first, but once we get it going, it's actually pretty useful. It's really good. It links a bunch of different things together. Now, is it worth it? Well, you guys be the judge of that. I mean, if you run a self-hosted stack, yeah, like home lab, internal tools, SaaS, on-prem apps, That's going to be great. It's really useful for this. If you want real SSO and MFA everywhere, this solves a problem you already have. If you want control instead of pricing, it makes even more sense. And if you need custom auth logic, this is where it does really well. Now, it does that well, but it's not going to be for you if you want something ultra lightweight with almost no setup. You gotta set this up. Or if you are really scaling, then honestly, other paid providers are going to be better. But for most of us, once you set this up and something changes, auth stops being scattered across every app and becomes one system you actually control. And once you get it used to it, it's hard to go back. At least this makes a lot of sense. It's a cool tool to build into our workflows. If you enjoy open source tools and coding tips that speed up your workflow, be sure to subscribe to the Better Stack channel. We'll see you in another video.